Welcome to Keep Your Daydream. On this channel, we love showing you the wonders that can be discovered by RV. That's why this week we have a very special video to help you build your best bucket list for a fall foliage road trip. Surprisingly, fall is voted as a favorite season for RVers. Maybe it's because things slow down a bit in top destinations, and some love that they can dry camp because they don't need AC. Or it might just be because it's the perfect time to cozy up by the campfire with your favorite warm drink and possibly some s'mores. So don't be too sad to say goodbye to summer, because fall season might just be the extension to a fantastic RVing year and exactly what you needed.
Gypsy Lady says to stop. We can't continue to stop like this, or we're going to be all day long. So what's the plan?
How dare you? No, this is the plan. This was the whole plan.
This was the plan?
Yes, you're on a little road trip. It's like a little mini road trip. So grab a pen and write down your favorites from this top 10 fall road trip destination list. Let's start things with a bang. The Blue Ridge Parkway.
All you allies done betrayed you. You just found out why the good Lord made you. My, oh my Elijah, what you got deep down inside you, a weapon of mass destruction, never needs an introduction.
This 469-mile road connecting Shenandoah National Park on the north end and the Great Smoky Mountains on the south is known as America's favorite drive. And for good reason. It's free and easy to explore, and visitors can enjoy breathtaking views from some of the highest peaks east of the Mississippi River. If you start near Shenandoah National Park, you'll see the Blue Ridge Mountains stretching thousands of acres with forest and endless opportunities for walking in the woods, including a long section of the Appalachian Trail, the longest hiking footpath in the world. Shenandoah spans a wide range of elevations, so peak fall season runs from late September to early November, depending on weather and which section of the park you visit. It's also only 75 miles from Washington, D.C., which makes Shenandoah a unique opportunity to be in the hustle of our nation's capital city and peace in the forest, all in one trip. As you descend the Blue Ridge Parkway, you'll find little stores and easy pull-off viewpoints.
How's your shopping experience going? You explain yourself to everyone?
Look. Hear me out, okay? As well as history exhibits. But as you dig in, you'll also witness amazing biodiversity with the highest mountain peak on the East Coast and the deepest gorge east of the Grand Canyon, before you make it to the Great Smoky Mountains that show off its colors from mid-October to early November. I love the Smoky Mountains. You can explore here forever.
You are my fate.
When you finish the Blue Ridge Mountains and you don't want to stop your road trip, we have good news. Asheville, North Carolina. It's just under 2 hours away from the Smoky Mountains. Sitting at the southern end of the Blue Ridge Parkway, Asheville itself has one of the most dramatic displays of fall colors in the United States. Wide-ranging elevations and over 100 species of leafy trees give the Blue Ridge Mountains one of the longest and most colorful leaf seasons you can find anywhere. The town even puts out weekly fall color reports to help visitors decide when and where to go. We highly recommend visiting the Biltmore, an 8,000-acre estate that seems to look as grand today as the day it was built for the Vanderbilt family. In addition to touring the 175,000-square-foot mansion, there are things to do there, including bike trails, restaurants, and even a winery. So make sure you start early and leave late. And if you're anything like us and want to keep the fun going, you could take a 4-hour drive to Charleston, South Carolina, where you will end at the sea's edge with a town so spectacular it has a story to tell all on its own. Take a walking food tour and you won't regret it.
I think a food tour is probably one of our favorites because you get a little bit of that history and then you go from restaurant to restaurant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna hit Rainbow Row next.
Okay.
It only takes one visit to have this drive in your memory forever. Route 100 in Vermont. We are in Stowe, Vermont. We just went down through Main Street. Adorable, hands down, fall to the max. You just can't even right now. I love RVing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love this. The alluring stories of hills painted in vibrant colors are pretty much rooted in Vermont and New Hampshire. Numbers 3 and 4 on this fall destination list. By using Route 100 and maybe a road trip storytelling app like Gypsy Guide, you'll be entertained along this 216-mile road that winds through some of the most charming villages in New England, stopping every chance you get to sample cider and farm goods along the way.
That's really good.
That's what they're doing over here.
That's what they're doing over there.
From picture-perfect lakes and waterfalls to scenic vistas, Route 100 is stunning at any time of year. But ironically, the Green Mountain region is most striking when the mountains are red, orange, and yellow. Route 100 travels nearly the entire length of Vermont, so you won't miss a thing on this gorgeous scenic drive. So cute! Look at that! This is so much fun! If you ask a local, you'll most likely hear about the town of Stowe, Vermont as the crowning jewel. Completely tourist friendly with shopping and city bike paths or mountain biking if you're in for an adventure. But take time once you work up an appetite to explore the food scene because it might end up being a highlight of this trip. Let's continue through the White Mountain National Forest to the beautiful Kancamagus Highway in New Hampshire.
Hey, Caleb, are you ready to go on this drive? We're going to hit the
Kancamagus.
pass.
Oh, the
Kancamagus.
pass?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
that's what we're going to do.
Well, you should have told me that, Dad.
And that's exactly how you pronounce it, by the way.
You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to enjoy one of America's most beloved autumn road trips. The Kancamagus Highway links two classic New England ski towns with a 34-mile drive that winds through the White Mountain National Forest. Even though it's shorter than some of the other roads on our list, there are lots of campgrounds along this New Hampshire Route 112, making it perfect for RVers looking to bask in the rich beauty of a New England fall. The Kank is the highest roadway in the Northeast, so prepare for some decent elevation at 3,000 feet. We did a ton of hiking when we were there, but you can also take a gondola up the mountain or enjoy the scenery from the comfort of a train as you ascend Mount Washington. Good news! We just started to find some trees that are still green with a little bit of color at the edges. We have successfully chased fall. We're going to find you the best colors. It's a challenge to pinpoint one destination in this beautiful state, so why try? Michigan offers views in just about any direction.
Well, I never know what to do with you, and I never know what to say to you.
With 4 Great Lakes bordering Michigan in almost every side, you can't go wrong spending fall just about anywhere in the state. There are more than 75 native tree species in Michigan, so there's no shortage of variety when it comes time to take in the display of colors. The US 41 tree tunnel, so to speak, into Copper Harbor in the Upper Peninsula is a popular route, and the drive up to Sugarloaf Mountain is another fall favorite. Mackinac, our personal favorite, is so much quieter in the fall than it is in the summer's high season, but no less beautiful. If you don't want to go quite that far north, the Lower Peninsula has a tunnel of trees along the M119, which runs for about 30 miles along Lake Michigan. Next up, we have Colorado.
Sleep lay a house of stone, but never alone. You can make a tender wine. Your sound wakes my mind for your morning song. Many rushing waters come, breaking like the morning sun. My heart is yours.
Colorado is another state where you pretty much can't go wrong. You have some world-renowned drives like the $1 Million Highway, the Highway to the Sky, and less notable but our personal favorite is the road leaving Telluride into Ouray. Colorado has fewer deciduous trees than most of the other states on our list, but the contrast between the vivid yellow and the red aspen leaves onto the dark green pines is something you just can't see everywhere. Rocky Mountain National Park boasts of one of the country's most scenic drives. Trail Ridge Road is the highest continuous paved road in the United States. Sometimes it's called the Highway to the Sky. Trail Ridge crosses the Continental Divide at over 12,000 feet, so you're almost literally on top of the world. As fate would have it, our favorite stops in Colorado include some of the best places to watch the leaves change. Rocky Mountain National Park, the fun-loving ski town of Breckenridge,
I'll never let you go, Rose. I listen, stupid, you're gonna die.
and the out-of-the-way mountain town of Ouray. Visit higher elevations earlier in the season and lower elevations as the weeks go on to keep the show going into late October. Now, let's go back east to visit Acadia National Park in Maine.
She's got a sharp tongue. She has wonderful taste. Her heart is a terrible thing to waste. She wants to eat.
Seen many dogs on the trail,
Yes.
and so someone told us that they are allowed in Acadia.
Yes, they just have to be on a leash. It's like one of the few national parks that allows dogs.
Just realized that that's the hike. Right there. There's two little white shirts up there and a red shirt. I'm kind of not feeling so excited about that.
This is Morningside. Rest your sleepy eyes.
Fall is one of the best times to visit Acadia National Park, especially since the crowds thin when summer is over. The drive up Cadillac Mountain is one of those iconic roads that's gorgeous whenever you go, but especially spectacular when the leaves change. And there's no better time to summon up your courage and hike the Beehive to take in epic views. Colors here peak around mid-October, depending on weather, and within a week or two of peak foliage before the leaves fall. You can probably find a quaint little town in Maine blindfolded, but we highly recommend exploring the towns of Camden and Rockford on your way to or from Acadia. While lobster rolls might sound like a summer treat, they're available year-round up and down the coastline. The only thing you'll have to decide is whether you like butter or mayo better.
We're gonna get him a beer, we're gonna relax, we're gonna go park somewhere, he's gonna have that butter split roll with a lobster pie up high, and he's gonna be happier than a pig in a blanket. Okay?
See what? She's pretty good at that.
Get your cameras ready because the next location is an Instagram icon. Columbia River Gorge in Oregon. Just outside Portland, Oregon. The gorge is a river canyon that stretches for 80 miles and reaches depths of up to 4,000 feet. Multnomah Falls is a waterfall fed by underground springs and is especially striking when viewed against the backdrop of autumn leaves. Using Portland as a home base, you can explore nearby Mount Hood or go as far up as Washington to Winthrop to enjoy the PNW's Cascade Mountains, all of which are stunning in the fall and offer iconic experiences like apple picking and orchard hopping.
We've been here for 30 minutes. We've made it all of 100 feet down the street. Not making big progress here.
Not making big progress. They're blowing glass, babe, you should go see.
Gosh, I'm not going to get to those trucks ever.
Well, okay.
Now, let's not forget the Southwest and stop in to Taos and Santa Fe, New Mexico. Mexico might not be one of the first states that pops into your mind when you think of fall colors, but stay with us. Like Colorado, New Mexico is a naturally dry state, with mostly quaking aspens that put on an autumn show. In Taos, a ski town, the Rocky Mountain slopes and green pines contrast with the aspen leaves for a unique display of color. Santa Fe is no slouch either, with miles of hiking trails surrounding the city, which sits at about 7,200 feet, 2,000 feet higher than Denver, and some of the best eats on the west. We say it's the perfect jumping off point for your fall road trip. Check out the Enchanted Circle Byway, which includes Taos, Angel Fire, and Eagle Nest, or drive to Sunspot Scenic Byway out of Cloudcroft, home to picturesque train trestles and microbreweries, or plan to be at the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta to start your October off strong. This RV season has brought us to many national parks, and the next drive is one to put on your list for sure. Mount Rainier to Glacier National Park. Standing at over 14,000 feet, Mount Rainier is an icon of the Pacific Northwest. Because of its high elevation, peak colors arrive here in early October, making Mount Rainier National Park a great one to visit if you want to enjoy your fall colors early. By late October, the park gets too much snow for leaf peeping. We came here for the first time in the summer, but would love to come back to watch the leaves change. About an 8-hour drive puts you on a road to visit places like Leavenworth and Coeur d'Alene. Glacier is one of the most beautiful national parks we've visited, and a natural display of changing leaves here would really be something to see. With hikes like Hidden Lake and Avalanche, you can bring the whole family for spectacular views, with wonderful places to have snacks and a drink when you're done.
Are we here? Is this the lake?
Ta-da!
Wow. That didn't take any time at all.
So let's not winterize our RVs just yet, because there's so many places to visit, and maybe you can squeeze in just one last adventure. Let us know your favorite trips down in the comments below so others can discover the beauty of your backyard. As always, we love hanging out with you on Keep Your Daydream, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode in the North Cascades National Park.
Chasing dreams.